Hello.
Hello.
Where are we? 16?
Yeah, I think I saw today a guy that looked so close to you, unbelievable. But I
Where
know,
was this? Was it in prison?
no, but I'm sure it wasn't you because you don't drive a Mercedes, no?
No, I don't drive a Mercedes.
Okay.
I was once at a basketball game many years ago, and I'm watching the game, and behind the players, there's a guy walking, and it looked like me. It was just so freaky. So after the game, I went to go look for him. Up close, it was sort of, but far away, he looked just like me, like a
Well,
mirror.
there was a newscaster in Channel 34,
Yeah,
and at the time I was also wearing a beard.
yeah.
I mean, a copy, and he's from Uruguay, the
Oh,
guy.
that's funny. Jewish? Jewish?
No, but his beard was a bit whiter than mine.
Uh-huh.
People stopped me in the street. They said, I saw you last night. I said, yeah, did I look good? You look younger in person.
You look up. That's funny.
Oh my God. I've always heard since I was small that everybody has a double.
Yeah, there. Yeah, someplace.
Yeah. But when I saw that newscaster, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Really. I don't remember his name anymore.
Uh,
He probably doesn't work anymore or something. But so similar. Probably next to each other, we don't
yeah.
look that close, but
You
we
know,
look pretty.
Saul Bernstein's son-in-law has a
Yeah.
twin. He has a twin. So many years ago, it was a bris or something, and I'm saying Mazel Tov to this guy who I thought was the father of the kid, and Mazel Tov, and talking to him. I turn around, and his twin is right next to him. Oh my gosh! Exact twin. Crazy. Like I thought maybe I was drinking or something. Oh my god. Yeah, to see exact twins. It's something. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you the story. I think I had a couple of friends in school
Yeah.
or in high school, maybe. In school, but we went together to high school. And one of them was really good in math, and the
Yeah.
other one was a hamor in math. So whenever the teacher wanted to call you in the front to develop a theorem, if you ever called the one who didn't know, his brother got up,
Yeah.
but they caught up with them at the end,
Oh, they figured it out.
and they separated them from the classes. But
Ah.
they were very sad, and they complained to the administration. It was a public school, so they couldn't.
Oh.
They used to
Interesting
dress.
that they weren't exactly the same level in
They,
school.
but they were dressed the same.
Oh.
But that it was because of the con. They wanted the teachers to
Yeah.
not to recognize them.
Uh-huh.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, where are you?
Oh, is that terrible?
Oh, there you are. Hey, Volvo.
I'm here. I'm listening to this conversation on twins.
About twins?
Twins.
Where are you, Walter? You home?
I'm at home.
He's in his library. Can't you see this?
Yeah, no, but he can carry the library everywhere he goes. Like I can
No.
carry the beach wherever I go.
You're on the beach, but I'm in my.
It's a murder mystery.
I can show you. I'm in my library. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we are.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. We are on Tet Zion. 16. Benasi shevet shechat askinan. We mentioned in the Mishnah that if a shevet commits a crime, So the adjudication is with the Bezin HaGadol with 71. And the Gemara here explains it has to do not with the whole Shevet, it has to do with the Nasi of the Shevet. Anytime he is accused of a capital crime, he's judged by the Sanhedrin HaGadol. When Yisro was dividing up the judiciary with Moshe Rabbeinu, he told Moshe that the big things will bring to you, meaning Dvarav shel Gadol. A Gadol be Yisrael, like a Kohen Gadol or a Melech or the head of a Shevet. Hainami Gadolu, this Nasi Shevet is a Gadol. Ulo Amar B'Rabbi Lazar, that when is a Shevet judged with 71? Beboin aliske nochlos. You have two shvatim that are fighting over their borders. Which nachla belongs to them? That has to be adjudicated by Bezin HaGadol. Ketchilaso shel Eretz Yisrael. Just like when they first came into Eretz Canaan. Matchilaso shivim ve'echad. They had Sanhedrin then. Afkan shivim ve'echad. So the Gemara asks, Imatchilaso the Kalfi born Vitumim V'Chol Yisrael. Yeah, but when they came into Eretz Canaan, they had a Kalfi was like a lottery. They would put the names of the Shvatim in a box, and they would pull it out, and there was Urim Vitumim, and all Yisrael was there. So Afkan, when there's a debate between Shvatim, it should be Kalfi Urim Vitumim V'Chol Yisrael. We don't do that anymore. So therefore, that's not a good answer as to what it means that when the Shevet needs it, there's a Bezin HaGadol. And Machvatika Rav Masna. Rav Masna said it had to do with the Nasi Shevet. But Ravina Amar La'olam B'Shevet Shehudach. We started off by thinking that maybe a whole Shevet is accused of Irani Dachas. Udikakash L'cha Bedina D'Rabim Dainin Lei. So what, we don't treat them like Yechidim? In Afagav the Katlin and B'Yachid. We kill them and we adjudicate them like regular individuals who commit Avodah Zarah, which is Beskila. If a whole city worships Avodah Zarah, they're killed with Cherev. But not here. Here they would be killed like regular. And you don't take away their money like you do by Irani Dachas. But Beidina D'Rabim Dainin Lei. The Bezin HaGadol is the one who adjudicates this type of crime. Mila Amar Rav Chami Bar Yosem Rabbi Shia. It says by a Yachid, George 1 Ted Zayin Amad Aleph. It says by a Yachid, an individual worships Avodah Zarah. There's a pasuk in Dvarim. Votzeita ta'ishahu, o et ha'ishahi, you shall take out the man or woman, asher asu et davar hara zel sharecha, who committed avodah zarah, you'll take him out to the gate, et ha'ish o et ha'isha uskaltem bavanim vametu. Ish v'isha tamoitz l'shrecha. Individual women, you take them to the gate of your city, which is the small Sanhedrin of 23. But if the whole city did it, you don't take them out to the gate, you take them to the Sanhedrin HaGadol. You go to the Bezin HaGadol. Then we said, Navi HaSheker, to adjudicate the case of a false prophet, you need the Sanhedrin HaGadol 71. Menon Emili, how do you know this? Amrav Yossi Bar Chanina, Asya, there's a Gzeir Shava, Hazada, Mizakin Mamri. It says, Mezid, Acha Navi Asher Yazid, somebody who willfully, L'daber Davar Bishmi, who will say something in my name, et Asher Lo Tzivitiv L'daber. I did not command him to say that. V'Asher Daber B'Shem L'Kim Acharim, and he speaks in the name of other gods, Umesa Naviyahu. That's what it says by Navi Sheker. It uses the word Asher Yazid. by a Zakin Mamre, by a Talmid Chacham who goes against the Sanhedrin. It says, Va'isha Asher Yaseh Bizadon, Livilti Shmo LaKohen Omeid L'Sharei Shamas Hashem Lokecha O LaShofet, Umeitza Ishahu V'Yarter Am Yisrael. Mala Halam by a Zakin Mamre. It's Shivim Ve'echad. He has to go against the whole Sanhedrin. Afkan, he's the Navi Sheker is adjudicated b'shivim ve'echad. Freit Gemor va'azada ki ksivi b'ktolu d'ksivi. This mazid by Zakin Mamre is talking about putting him to death. But uktala be'eser mutlasa, you don't need a bezin of 71 to put someone to death. Even a bezin of 23 can do it. Lamre Shlakish. Gomer Dover Dovar Mamarasa. The Zakin Mamre is going against the Psak Din of the Sanhedrin. And by the Novi Sheker, it also says Asher Yazid Laber Davar. And by the Zakin Mamre, it says Vasit Al Pia Davar. So just like a Zakin Mamre is adjudicated in a Bez of 71, so the same thing by the Navi Sheker, Dover, Xer Shav. Freit the Gemara Lahadr Zakim Rame V'Ligmar Hazada Minavi HaSheker. Why don't we learn the Xer Shav backwards from the Navi Sheker to the Zakim Mamre to say Zakim Mamre also needs 71. So Dover Gomir. That he had received, the Dover, but Hazada to compare the other way, Lo Gomir. He had never received that as a Mesorah from his Rebbe. Then Velos Kohen Gadol. If the Kohen Gadol is accused of a crime, he is adjudicated with a Bezdin of 71. Menon Emili, how do you know this? Aravada Barava Da'amar Krokol Davar Gadol Yaviu Elecha. This was brought to Moshe Rabbeinu. Bidvarv Shel Gadol. Kohen Gadol is bigger than the other people. Meisvi. Davar Gadol. Davar kosher. Davar gadol, it should mean something hard that nobody else could figure out. Maybe it doesn't mean davar kosher, but means a crime involving somebody senior, like the melech or a kohen gadol. So kishu oimer es hadavar kasher yaviun al Moshe. The difficult things were brought to Moshe. So that refers to the hard things. Hu Amar Ki Haitana. So really, he holds like the following Tana: Davar Gadol, Dvarv Shel Gadol, means a case of a big person like a Melech or Kohen Gadol, not something difficult. Maybe it means a hard, something nobody can figure out. No, Kishu Oimer. Already the pasuk already says that the Var Kasher Yivinu Moshe. Already the Kasher Omer. Those things that the regular Bezin couldn't figure out, they brought to Moshe. Hamani Makayim Davar Gadol. So when it says Davar Gadol in the pasuk, what does it mean? Dvar Shel Gadol means a case of a Kohen Gadol, like we've been learning. V'hai Tana, Trei Kroi Lamali. This Tana seems to be learning Davar Gadol, Davar Kosher is the same thing. What you need two psukim for. Chad l'tzavo ba'almo. One is to give the command. V'chad l'asiya. And this is the way they did it. The other Tana who learns that they're separate things, how does he understand? Im kain, if Davar Gadol and Davar Kosher were the same thing, lichtov Gadol or Kosher in the two psukim. My in one place Gadol and the other place Kosher. Shmami not tarti. We learn the two things, both regarding a Davar, the sins of a Kohen Gadol or a Melech, and regarding difficult items. Boy Rabbi Lozer. Fine, that's if a Kohen Gadol becomes a murderer. So he's adjudicated based on Gadol. What about Shorosh Kohen Gadol? The Kohen Gadol had an ox, and the ox gored and killed somebody. Bekamo. How many dayanim is it needed? The misas bailim didate medaminanle. Do we compare the ox's adjudication to the owner, since the owner of the ox, the Kohen Gadol, would have been adjudicated in the Bezdin of 71, maybe the ox too. Oidilma, lemisas bailim dalim medaminanle. Maybe we just go according to normal, which is 23. Amrabaya. Midikamoboyle shoro. You asked a question regarding his ox. Hare michlal de mamono pshitale, that his other assets, not ashore, is adjudicated in a regular Bezdin. Versus pshita, why would I think not? No. I might have had a havamina that all the halachic adjudications that a Kohen Gadol needs to go to Beis Gadol. No, only if there's a capital crime. Then we said, there's something called Milchemes Mitzvah, and there's something called Milchemes Rishus. Milchemes Mitzvah were the wars that Klal Yisrael did when they went into Eretz Canaan to kill out the 7 Amim. It's Milchemes Amalek, and it's a Milchama for protection. Like what's going on October 7th, most people hold that that's also Milchemes Mitzvah. But David HaMelech, for example, conquered Syria. That was a Milchemes Rishus. There, you need to go to Bezdin HaGadol to get permission. Like in America, Congress has to issue a declaration of war. Same thing, the Bezdin HaGadol had to give the Melech the permission to go to war when it was not one of the requirements of a Milchemes Mitzvah. Menonimili, where do you see this? Amravod Amar Kra, at the time when Yoshua was appointed to take Moshe's place, it says, L'fnei Elazar Kohen Yamod, he shall stand in front of Elazar, V'shal lo b'mishpat ha'urim l'fnei Hashem, he should ask the Urim v'Tumim, Al piv yetzu ve'al piv yavo. They will go in, they will go out, Hu v'chol b'nei Yisrael yitov v'chol ha'eda. That's a leader going out to war. Who's a melech? That's Yoshua or any leader. Chol b'nei Yisrael yitov zeh meshuach milchama. There was one of the Kohanim who was appointed as the Kohen Meshuach Milchama who would give exhortations to the people. The Chol HaEda Zu Sanhedrin. That's the Sanhedrin. That's the big Sanhedrin. So the Sanhedrin has to be involved in giving permission to the Melech, to the king. V'dimal Sanhedrin Kormelu Rachmana Dilashailu Borim V'Tumim. Maybe the Sanhedrin has to ask before Borim V'Tumim. And not the Melech. And the Melech maybe could go out by himself. Ela ki hodam Ravacha bar biznam Rav Shimon Chasida. Ki noria tolu l'mala mimi tasa shel David. There was a harp suspended over the bed of David HaMelech. Kivin shigeh chatzos laila. He had an alarm clock. When midnight came, ruach tzfoinis min nasheves bo. There was a northern wind that would blow the harp, and it would play music, and that wake him up. And he studied Torah until Alos HaShachar. Even Sha'ala Omer HaShachar. Nichnusu Chachmei Yisrael Etzlo. The wise men of Israel would go into David HaMelech. Amr lo Adonenu HaMelech, Amcha Yisrael tzrich lefarnasa. The Jewish people need parnasa. They need an economy. He told them, do business among each other. I always, when I learned this piece of Gemara, Malcolm X was at the time of Martin Luther King in the 1960s, during the Black Civil Rights Movement. And he also, one of his messages to the people in Harlem and in Watts was, you should do business among yourselves. You have white people coming into your community, running the groceries, running the liquor stores, running the businesses. No, you should make business with yourselves. And that's how you'll have a thriving economy. This is what David HaMelech told the rabbis, that go do business among yourselves. Amr lo, ein hakomitz must be a sari. It's not enough business. We're a small population. And a little bit can't feed the lion. A water cistern only fills up from rain. We got to get water from other places. Basically, the Chachamim were telling David that it's not enough money. Guns and butter. When did the United States actually come out of the Depression of the 1930s? When World War II broke out. Then they still didn't have full employment. I mean, unemployment was 25% at the height of the Depression. 25%. One out of every four person wasn't working. So that all stopped with World War II. So David HaMelech also, he said, go and do war on our neighboring nations. And we'll have business that way, guns and butter. Miyad Yoatzin B'Achitophel. Achitophel was the great military strategist. When they should fight, where they should fight. V'nimlochin, the Sanhedrin, but they have to get permission from the Sanhedrin. V'shoalim burim v'tumim. They had to ask during v'tumim, yes or no, should we go or not? Rav Yosef Mikra. What's the pasuk that teaches all of that? Pasuk in Divrei Yomi. Ve'achrei Achitophel b'Nayahu ben Yehoida ve'Avyasar v'Sar Tzva l'Melech Yoed. Four major advisors to David. Achitophel ze Yoetz. Achitophel was the advisor. V'cheinu oimer v'atzas Achitophel asher yoatz. Uvenayahu ben Yehoida zu Sanhedrin. Benayahu ben Yehoida was the Av Bezdin, was the Nasi of the Sanhedrin. Evyasar was the Kohen Gadol, Elu Urim V'Tumim. V'cheinu oimer uvenayahu ben Yehoida ala kresi v'ala plesi. Why was the Sanhedrin called crazy placey? Lamani Krishman crazy placey, crazy shekorsin divrayim. They cut their words and they decide. Uplacey shemufloin maseim. That their acts are wondrous. Finally, then the general, but he's last. Rav Yitzchak Bar Ravada V'Amilam Rav Yitzchak Bar Avdim Mikra. Where do we get this story about the harp? Ura kavodi, ura hanevel v'chinor a'ira shachar. Okay. Then the Mishnah said, ein moisifin ala'ir, if they want to add to the city of Jerusalem, to the Azoros, you needed to do it with the permission of the Bezdin of 71. Menonimili, Omrav Simi Barchti Omar Kra, kechol asher ani mareh oscha, eis tavnisa mishkan v'chein tasu. That's Ladoras Haboim. Just like the Mishkan was done, all the details through Moshe Rabbeinu. So the Beis HaMikdash also has to be done through the Beis of 71. Mosif Rava. Kol HaKelim Shasa Moshe. Mishichasan Mekadshan. The various Kelim, the menorah, the Aron, the Shulchan, that Moshe made, you needed to anoint it with the Shemen HaMishcha, Shemekadshim, in order for it to have Hegdish. But Mikan Ve'elech, after Moshe Rabbeinu, you didn't have to do Mashiach anymore. Avodosan Mechancha. When you did the work with the Kli, that made it Hegdish. Ve'amai, name of the V'chein Tasu, L'doris Haboin, I over there also is V'chein Tasu. Maybe as well for future generations, every kli had to be nimshach with Shem HaMishcha. Was the shiny Hossam, the Amar Kra, it says in Pasuk, Vayhi biyom kalos Moshe lakim es HaMishkan. Vayimshach osov, vayikadesh osov es kol kelav. V'samizbech os kol kelav. Vayimshachem vayikadesh osam. Osam, those kelim needed kedusha b'mashicha, but v'lo l'doros b'mashicha. But future generations, when they built kelim, they didn't need to use Shem HaMishcha. Ve'ema oisam b'mashicha u'ledoiros. Maybe by Moshe Rabbeinu's kelim, you had to do mashicha, but future generations, l'doiros i b'mashicha i b'avoida. Maybe you had your choice. Amar Papa, Amar Kra, v'lachu es kol klei hashareis asher yisharsu bam b'kodesh. Hakosuf tolim b'sherus. Now, the Torah said if you use the kli, then it becomes kodesh. Break the Gemara, Ella. There's a special pasuk for this. Then what do you need the oisam? Like we said, vayim shachem vayikadesh osam b'mashicha v'lo dos b'mashicha. The oisam seems to be superfluous. So ilav oisam. If there was no oisam, havamina l'doros b'mashicha uvavoida. That future generations would require both mashicha and service. Haksi v'chein tasu. Because Rachmana oisam to give me the miut. Oisam b'mashicha v'lo l'doros b'mashicha. The Rambam says that the l'doros that they were miskadesh through service, not through the Shem HaMishcha. Then if a shevet wanted to make its own bezdin, it could. But it had to do it through permission of the Bezdin God. Minola. How do you know that? Kedash Khan b'Moshe. The Uki Sanhedrin. He's the one who set up the Sanhedrin and all the other Batei Dinim for Klal Yisrael. Moshe sort of represented the 71, because when Moshe was told to appoint a Sanhedrin, it was to replace him. So Moshe equals the 70. You have to appoint judges. Shoitrim, you need a policeman to execute the laws. Rashi says, Gulairis choiftim b'maklis al pi shoiftim. These were guys who went out with sticks to beat people to enforce the law. Talmud Omer shoitrim tite. Shoiftim l'chol shevet v'shevet minayin. How do you know that you have to have a shoifet in every shevet? Talmud Omer shoftim l'shvatecha. What about shotrim l'chol shevet v'shevet? You need policemen in every shevet minayin. Talmud Omer shoitrim l'shvatecha. What about shoiftim l'chol ir v'ir minayin? You need a judge in every city. Talmud Omer shoiftim l'sharecha for your gates. Shoitrim l'chol ir v'ir minayin. Talmud Omer shoitrim l'sharecha. Rabbi Yehuda Omer echad memun al kulan. One bezdin like has to be the Supreme Court, because it says titein lacha. One has to be above all of the others. Reb Shimon ben Gamliel Omer lishvatecha v'shavtu mitzvah b'shevet lodun es shivto. Every shevet had the mitzvah to adjudicate its own shevet. Now we go into the sugya of Irani Dachas, a city that the whole city is seduced into worshiping Avodah Zarah. There, the adjudication of an Irani Dachas has to happen by the Sanhedrin HaGadol. Menon Amili, how do you know this? Amr Chibar Yosef Amr Bershia Amr Kra, Votseis Aisha Hu Asay He. That's by single people worshiping Avodah Zarah. But if a whole city commits that avera, then you don't bring them to your local base, and you got to bring it to the one in Yerushalayim. Then ein oisin dacha basfar, a city on the border, you cannot make it in Irani Dachas, my time. Internal, Velom and Asfar. And we also, because you have to destroy such a city, and we need those cities to be built up to protect against invasion. Then it says, Veinoisin Sholosh. You don't make three, because it says, Ki Sishma Be'achasarech. You hear about one city. Aval Oisin Irachas or Shtayim. You can make one or two. Shneimar Arecha, which is Loshen Rabbi. Ton Rabbon. Achas V'lo Sholosh. Maybe Ata Achas V'lo Sholosh, or Achas V'lo Shtayim. Maybe it also, you can't make two. It's already plural. Hamani became Achas V'lo Sholosh. That there's a limit. Two is the limit. Zimnan Amar Bevezdin Echadu De'ein Oisin. In one Bezdin cannot make more than two. Habishnaim Shlosha Batedinim Oisin. But more Batedinim can make more. The Zimnan Amar other times, Afilu Bishnaim Shlosha Batedinim Lo Lemein Oisin. That even by multiple Batedin, they can't make more than one or two. My time at the Rab. Mishum Korcha. We don't want empty spaces in Eretz Yisrael. It's bad for the population and defense. Amresh Lakish. When do we say that you can't make three Irani Dachas? That's in one place. But in the north and in the south, but Rav Yechon ain't oisin at all because of Korcha. We don't want to make areas depopulated. Tani Kavosid Rav Yechon. You can't make multiple cities. One in Judea, one in Golan. Two here, two there, you can't. Even one, if it's on a border, you can't do it. My time, the Goyim will hear that there's nobody there. They'll come in without any defense. The Tepuk lay the Mikirbecha Merachman of Loman Asfar. We already know it from the Torah writing Mikirbecha. So the price is like Rav Shimoni, the Dorsh time of the Kra. Because he wanted to understand the reasoning of the Pasuk. The reasoning of the Pasuk is that we don't want further destruction to occur. Okay. Tomorrow.